Welcome to a new episode of the CAP Podcast, Consumer Ammunition Tactics Podcast. Today I got a special guest. Her name is Iman Nate. I'm going to read her bio and then we're going to get straight into it. So Iman Nate, she's an entertainment industry professional of many years. Throughout her journey of wanting to discover more of who she was outside of entertainment, she built a stronger relationship with God, which is good. And he led her into the passion for building legacies built on his word and teaching others how to do the same. That led her into understanding finance and starting a credit consulting company the first week of January 2023. Welcome to the podcast, Iman. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. It's good to have you here. Let's first start off. Let's just talk about any wins you've had during the week. How's your week been?
Yeah, honestly, my week was a little up and down this week.
Okay.
I felt myself kind of getting in my head at some times when it came to content. I think
Yes.
when it comes to marketing, um, we could easily compare ourselves to people who have been in the industry a little bit longer. So
Yeah.
I kind of let some thoughts get into my head, thinking I was doing things wrong. But really, I'm meant to be different. I'm meant to have
Definitely.
my own path and stand out. So, once I shook that off, I realized I just needed a break. So I you know, went outside, got some balance in instead of staring at the screen all day to just like relax. And I came back in refreshed and started prospecting again. And I had the idea to just reach out to more partnerships rather clients. And
Hmm.
that actually led me to connecting with a realtor, a friend of mine who's a realtor.
So,
And I hadn't seen her in a really long time, but I sent that message, went down my contact list. And then within 2 days, she's already sent me two people who were interested, ready to get a home, but they needed to fix their credit. And then on top of that, I found out that she lived in the same city in the
oh
same
well.
neighborhood. So that was a really big win. So now we're
Okay.
we're working on partnering together and keeping it going.
Okay. Dope. Dope. Where are you located at?
I'm in Houston.
Oh, dope. Okay. I love
Yeah.
Houston. I love Houston. Okay. Okay. Cool. We're gonna talk about the credit, but you sing? You're in the entertainment
Yes.
industry? Are you gonna
Yes.
sing on the podcast? No, I'm playing.
Well, I mean, I can.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing. You ain't gotta do all that. But okay, let's talk about going from singing to credit. I'm assuming you're still singing now. Are you still
Yes.
doing all that? Okay, so what got you into credit? Let's talk about that.
Well, honestly, throughout my journey in the music industry, I realized after a lot of uh, failures, I realized that I needed to really understand business and I needed to know more about my legacy and how to protect it. And so, just that question and those thoughts alone really led me to one, building a closer relationship to God because, in any industry, you're going to have major struggles and issues. And if you're not grounded, you can easily be swayed in business, to do other people wrong or just end up around people who aren't really trying to do right by people if you're not really
Yeah.
paying attention. And all of that really has to do with lack of knowledge and understanding who you are, understanding what's right, what's wrong. And I didn't want to be in the position where I was getting taken advantage of in any kind of way. So, I prayed and I prayed and I asked God, and I was like, how can I make sure that my legacy is protected? I can get into music, but I know that I have so many other ideas. This is not going to be my only source of income. I want to be knowledgeable. I want to set generations up after me for success. I don't want to leave any open doors. I know that I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I want to really understand legacy. And then from there, he led me into finance. He said, in order for you to understand legacy, you have to know how to maintain your legacy and you have
Hmm.
to know how to multiply it and to keep it and then to teach other people how to do it. So from there, I first got licensed to become a insurance agent. And then from there, it led me down into the credit space and understanding that, because in the United States, I mean, if you're not balling in cash and paying everything off in cash to get approved for a home, to get approved for a car, to get a business, to really expand, you need to know how to leverage the system. And I thought that it was a no-brainer to get into.
Definitely. Definitely. I love that. Okay, so that was around, you said you started your credit business in January
Yeah,
2023. So
yeah.
all when did all of this happen? Was this all in January, December, November?
Yeah, the first week of January, actually. I did not think any days prior before that that I was going to do that. Actually, someone reached out to me that was in a community of people that learn how to invest in different ways, like crypto, e-commerce. They reached out to me. They're like, sis, we have this play. I know that you're in finance. I know that this is perfect with what you already do. You talk to people. You have a passion for finance and legacy and really teaching people how to understand what abundant living actually is. He's like, let me show you what this is. And I got on the phone, and I was just seeking God. I was like, right now, at this point in my life, it's first week of January. Is this
Mhm,
happening? Like, is this
mhm.
just a distraction? Like, what is
Yeah,
this? So I really just thought about it, and I didn't feel any hesitation. And I just heard God say, go. And so, literally, the first week, it was January 6th. I made that investment, started my own company. And since then, I've just been going.
definitely, definitely. I don't want to go past that. Let's talk about the characteristic that you did to take action, when you were presented with an opportunity. I'm always big on a podcast telling people, I'm big on spiritual, having God first as well. So can we talk about just the characteristic that you had to not only be presented with the opportunity, but to not fumble it and actually take action?
Honestly, I study the mind, and I love understanding energy. And
Mhm.
a lot of people who deny the Bible, or just label it as religion, and they don't want anything to do with it, I've come to an understanding is just that they don't understand that it's more spiritual than physical. If you're thinking of it from a personal perspective, as far as like our flesh, the world, then yes, it's going to look like, oh, it's just a box, it's just a book,
Mm,
it doesn't mean anything. But
see
when
what
you
you're saying.
actually think deeper about who you are, your consciousness, like those gut feelings, that intuition, like that's not just a coincidence. We have a source. Those ideas come from a source. Um,
Mhm,
and I like to, this is all going to tie in together, but I like to give the example of the fact that these glasses, right, or the shirt, or the wall, or everything that we see, the phone that we have, these ideas didn't just, where did they come from first? Before they were physically made right here, manifest for us to see, to have in our hands, where were they? It was an idea,
fine.
and that
Yeah.
idea came from the mind, and then it came out to be made physically manifest. And that's the same thing when it comes to our dreams, our goals, the type of people, the type of situations that we experience, we attract that. And just as easy as it is to make an idea manifest, make
Mhm,
it happen, is just how easy it is to attract more experiences into your life, whether it's good or bad. And that all has to do with who you are and how you're moving and how you're vibrating. Even if something bad happens to you, you might not have ever thought to do something like that to someone else, but something inside of you, deep down inside of you, did attract that. Every single one of us are mirrors. So I've been working on myself for years. I'm still working on myself, my mind, my heart, um, everything. And every day I have a morning routine. I get up, I pray, I meditate, I journal, I talk to God. That is essential for me to be able to move and to attract what I want. And so I believe that I attracted that opportunity. God says that I'm ready for it. because I've been working on myself and allowing him to move rather me trying to take control over everything.
Definitely. I love the answer. I love that. Nice, nice, nice. So I want to talk about your kind of business. So you started in January. Obviously, with business, things aren't always easy. So I want to talk about maybe what are some of like the struggles that you've experienced? What are you currently dealing with right now?
Well, um, I know, like I was saying earlier about just being in my head, comparing myself. There's a lot of people in this space that, I see they've been doing this a lot longer. And of course it's easy for the human mind to see that and just be like, oh my gosh, why am I not there? Why does it look so easy? But
Mhm.
I'm doing it, and the reality is, I just started.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I hear these amazing success stories like people have hit six figures in just 60 days or 90 days. And I'm like, that could happen to me at any moment. So for
Mhm.
me, the struggles that I had been facing was comparing and just also not burning myself out and really trying to just balance, like walk outside, get some sun, because really we're not supposed to be on the computer all day like this. And that can
Yeah.
really decrease your energy and decrease your mood from wanting to reach out to people. But I'm becoming aware of that now. And I'm remembering to take breaks and not trying to feel guilty about taking those short breaks and then getting back into it with new ideas potentially. But I will say this, like, I started the first week of January. I did not, I posted, I attended all the trainings and everything. I didn't get my first client until 4 months in, but that
Well,
client was showed me what I could do. That was
mhm.
1K in my pocket.
Mhm.
And that for some people, they don't get 1K until after 2 weeks of work or
Yeah,
maybe
true.
after a month of work. So when I saw that
Mhm.
I could get that in a day, in 10 minutes, for
Mhm.
actually genuinely helping someone prepare, and later on throughout this journey, not only is it credit repair, but I can also get them in position for funding to then get a house. Like, that's more income. It's just like changing my perspective. Um, and yeah, making sure that I'm aware of what I'm focusing on. Because if I would have quit after 3 months of nothing,
Man. Yeah.
then I wouldn't have seen that was possible.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, no, definitely seeing what's possible is huge. So you said something interesting. You said burnout. When you said burnout, are you talking about content creation? Are you talking about actually doing the actual credit repair? I don't know what your number of clients looks like. So what do you mean by burnout?
Yeah, so by burning out, I mean just mentally getting tired. We
Hmm.
have so much energy as spiritual beings. We have so much energy. I think I heard a message that we have so much light and energy that's more than like 4 or 5 stars, like just so much energy in us. And I think that that's insane. But our human minds, if we're just looking at a screen all day,
Hmm.
our brains are being very, very active and stimulated all the time. And because our minds, we're so used to stimulating our minds by like scrolling, clicking, liking posts, reaching out to people. Not that we need to do that to connect and branch out, but I think it's also
Yeah.
important to stop maybe like 15 minutes in between or just 10 minutes and just go walk, like change your environment for a moment, step outside, get some sun, see the world outside of the screen. Um, because if you mentally exhaust yourself, it's very easy to not want to pick that phone back up again or get in that like lazy mood and you don't want to do anything for the rest of the evening. I want to
Yeah.
work until midnight if my body lets me, until
Yeah.
1 a.m. But I can't do that if I'm doing like 6, 7, 8+ hours straight on the phone. And
Hmm.
yeah, that's what I mean by burnout.
Okay. Do you have a team yet or not yet?
Do I have a team? Yeah, I
Yeah.
have different teams or different people that I come to as far as like mentorship and trainings, but I'm always
Oh no,
open to learning from everyone.
I mean like with working within your business.
A
Like
team,
like employees that you hired.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
We do have
Okay.
a processing team that we leverage that does all of the tedious stuff. So really
Hmm.
all the things that I focus more so on is the marketing, the
Okay.
branding,
Perfect.
the outreach. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So we got some credit repair business owners listening, as well as some people that aspire to have a credit repair business. And part of what we do is, we help people break past that 5 to 10K a month mark. So can you just give some advice to some people, I guess, as far as marketing? Maybe let's hear about how you got that first client, just to give people an idea.
The crazy thing about how I got my first client was it actually was not because of my credit posting.
Oh,
It
really?
was not because of my posting about credit repair. They were aware of that, but
Yeah.
they literally said to me in message, "Hey, Iman, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I always see your posts, your uplifting posts. You talk about the mind, and
Mm,
sometimes it really makes me laugh." They said, and it really made me feel good that those posts have really saved them in ways that I can't even imagine. And it was those posts of me being authentically me. Not that I'm
yeah.
not being authentically me when I'm talking about business, but
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah. I know what you mean.
just me, like, being in my zone, whether that's like putting an inspirational post, going live on Instagram and sharing the word of God. It's that inspired that person to want to work with me. And they said, "This is where my credit is at. I see that you also do that. I want to work with you, because I can see that you're a genuine person." So that from that moment on, I was like, okay, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm being myself, making sure that I'm posting value, but also my people follow me for me. Like
Exactly.
this guy said that he's been watching my journey for a long time. And so that was before I even started credit repair. So that was that's the key there, just staying true to you and finding a way to make it blend in with what you've already been showing your people, unless you want to completely like change yourself, your whole brand. Hey, that's cool, but a
Yeah.
lot of people are following you for you. So if you are, a cook, for instance, you've been posting cooking videos, and all of a sudden you're in credit repair but you never post another cooking video, people are might get uninterested because
Yeah.
they're like, wait, like we know you as this guy. So I recommend, and that's just an example, but maybe as you're cooking, talk about credit repair, or you don't have to talk at all, but while you're cooking, post some credit tips on your video. So not completely getting rid of who you authentically are online.
I
Yeah.
really like what you said because we just posted a TikTok today, I believe, or maybe it was yesterday. We were basically talking about the same thing you're talking about. So I was just basically speaking about in the video, if you want to make more money in your business, you just gotta be yourself, and being a good person goes a long way. Making sure that you have a good delivery process, how to become a client, and controversy sells. So I mean, you could be yourself, but lean in towards one lane just for marketing purposes. So I really like that you said that. So marketing
Absolutely.
wise is good. Let's talk about, so I mean that's marketing, how you got your first client. I want to talk about basically like what's been some wins, what's continued the work that you're going to continue to do, and then what's some wins that you want to talk about. Maybe your biggest client win so far.
Well, that is something that I'm analyzing every day, seeing what content works and what isn't
Okay.
working. So I'm always testing something. I'm always trying out something new.
Mm,
Um, I know I get a lot more interaction, and this is a win for me, is whenever the fact that I'm keeping track of what's working and not working, like that is a win, is seeing myself personally develop throughout this business, is really like keeping track of how I'm prospecting, where I'm prospecting that's working, using the different platforms that I'm using, um seeing what works and seeing what doesn't work. That's the biggest win for me, is my personal development in all of this.
okay.
Also making it more, I've made it a lot more effective for myself by putting things in place for people to reach out to me that are qualified to work with me. Because at the beginning I was doing a lot of phone calls, but I was ending up on those phone calls for 30 minutes to, it's just longer, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if that person doesn't know what they want, yes, we can guide them and figure out what they need, but wouldn't it be a lot easier and effective if you put something in place that maybe had qualifying questions already? That way, like, we can just get straight to it. Maybe just ask a few questions rather than having to like uproot that completely out of the person while you could be working on other things. So just like time management. So a big win, another big win is for me is just like putting together documents, electronic forms, and PowerPoints that give people more information about my business for those that may be on the go, partnerships. If there's people that like realtors are like, oh, send me more information. I would love to give my clients your information. So instead of giving them my phone number and me potentially missing that phone call right away, first, they're sent a PDF that has detailed information about my business, and then also a consultation link that pre-qualifies them. Once they fill that out, then I call them, because it also shows me how serious they are. If they can't
Hmm.
fill that out, if they can't like let me know what's going on with their credit, they don't have to know everything, but if they can't give me an idea and just fill out a 2-minute consultation form, then chances are they're probably going to waste my time on the phone.
Yeah.
So that was a big win, was just putting systems in place and keeping track of where I'm prospecting, what people like on my social media and what they don't like. Yeah, that's been the biggest one for me.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Are you only on IG or where else do you promote?
No, I'm trying to get used to TikTok. It's a different
You're
type
not
of
trying. You're not
crowd.
trying. You're doing. I'm big on
Yeah,
words. You're not
I'm
trying.
doing I'm doing it. I just
Yeah.
don't like TikTok. I don't like it. Like
You don't
I
like money? The money's on TikTok. You gotta go.
it is. And I'm copying my Instagram content and I'm just kind of utilizing it and posting it there. I'm posting it on Pinterest. So
Nice.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
I know I could be doing it more on TikTok, but I'm also using LinkedIn.
Oh,
LinkedIn, I'm
nice.
using more so for business partnerships. Haven't had too much success with that yet.
So far, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, yet.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
just keeping consistent and continuing to reach out, because you never know. I mean, that like one deal from an entire company reaching out to the director, reaching out to just different levels of people, one deal. I mean, I could end up helping a whole company, like a well-known company. So I'm not going to give up there.
definitely. Are you on? Are you marketing on YouTube? I know you have your music. I'm assuming your music's on YouTube, probably.
Yeah, I have some music on YouTube.
Okay.
That is one thing I haven't transitioned into yet, and that's because of my music. I've
Okay.
been trying to figure out if I need to create a whole separate page, or yeah, I've just been trying to figure out marketing
Gotcha.
that area on YouTube.
YouTube is gold. That's where we get most of our clients, to be honest. So I mean, I would definitely recommend
Okay.
you hop on there if you haven't yet.
Okay.
Um, okay, so big win. You know, you've kind of been zeroing in, getting people out that aren't your ideal client.
Yeah.
So you kind of identify your client avatar, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so 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 still working on that target market.
Okay. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. I know people are gonna get, value from listening to this because there may be some people that are going through what you're going through. And I don't want us to go past the fact that you had that diligence and commitment to get that first client. You know, you said it was a few months, like 3 months, 4 months,
Or yeah, almost 4 months.
4 months. Let's put respect on it. 4 months. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's crazy because you could have quit out like month three and like 20 something days. So I just want people to just take from this, like, you just got to
While
keep going.
dealing with personal family stuff, while dealing with my
Wow.
own stuff, outside of the
Wow.
business, I
Yeah.
definitely could have quit. I definitely could have dropped the ball, but I'm focusing on legacy. And when you're focusing on what you're building, then and the purpose, it's the why behind it. It's the
Yeah,
why, really,
definitely.
because if this was just for money, I would have quit a long time ago. I'm not in
Definitely.
it just for the money. I'm in
Definitely.
it to help change people's lives, and they're the generations after me. So this is something that really is an awesome thing. And just being able to provide the opportunity to other people who may want to do that, like that's beautiful. I'm changing lives. It's not just about credit and numbers and money. It's really about impacting people's lives and legacies. If you teach someone how to manage money, do you know what that could do for their family, their lifestyle? Like
Exactly.
completely change everything. So
Exactly. 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 Do you have digital products?
digital products, yes.
Okay, so
Everything
you said what? Go ahead.
everything is digital.
Okay, perfect. So I know that some of our listeners, they just want to fix their credit. Did you want to talk about any, offering that you have? Maybe it's a DIY credit repair ebook or, just to work with you. Did you want to market that? Go ahead.
Yeah, so you say DIY, I actually have a DIY credit guide that we just made a month ago. And
Okay.
that's more so for the people who are independent. Sometimes we get those clients where they're like, oh, I'd rather fix it myself, or maybe they don't have the means to pay for an expert or for someone else to manage it while they're working. So we've created a DIY credit guide. It's a software and it has templates for you to send out to the credit bureaus created by experts. It just has a whole list of things to remove the negative items, add positive items, and also get yourself in position for funding as well. So we do have that DIY credit guide available as well. It is not free, but it is cheap. It's on the cheaper end. It's definitely reasonable, and that's for our independent people or uh, the people who just need a budget friendly option.
Got you, definitely. No, they most definitely know it ain't cheap. I'm always speaking against cheap people, so
Yeah,
they gonna know it's not cheap. So how would they actually get that? Would they just DM you, or how would they
yeah,
get it?
yeah. So they just let me know, like, hey,
Well,
heard what you said. DIY credit guide, boom, we have that. Yeah, that's it. They could fill out the consultation link too. Um, that really, I think anyone should do, regardless if you want an expert or not. That consultation link helps me figure out your goals. So let's say if throughout the DIY credit repair guide, like if that's something that they start to do, but then they realize like, oh, wait, I saw these other resources that I might want to tap into, then you know that that's available. You have access to someone, you can call someone for help. Our customer service team, there's other resources there outside of credit repair that you might be interested in. So I would just say fill out that consultation link, message me. I'll probably send it to you anyways. But also, yeah, that DIY credit guide is easily accessible, and it's
okay,
not cheap.
perfect.
I mean, it's not free. It's cheap. It's not free. I'm sorry, it's not free. It is cheap.
Gotcha.
It's not free.
Okay, so if y'all want that, you can reach out to Iman for that. So before we actually wrap up the episode, I just wanted to just get a little insight into maybe like what you do as far as your dispute process. Do you primarily make use of factual disputing, consumer laws, Metro 2? Like, what's your approach with it? Just to add value to the people.
Consumer law. The
Perfect.
experts focus on consumer law, and just the more you know about that, the better. I mean, whether you're fixing your own credit repair or you're hiring an expert to do it, the expert needs to know what they're doing. They need to know what they're talking about, so that way they can get those negative items removed. I mean, not anybody can just do it. It's not like, hey, delete this. Like it's a lot more to it. Patience and waiting, but really understanding consumer law will help you stay on your toes and to get those things removed. So
Okay, definitely. You're in the lane of our audience because we got over 100 podcast episodes. I'm quoting 15 USC this, 15 USC that. So okay,
yeah.
that's good. Make sure y'all tap in with Iman. As far as that, do you guys go to the extent of suing the credit bureaus or debt collectors as well? You guys tap into that, or you like just a dispute process?
More so just going after the credit, going targeting the credit bureaus. So just making sure, again, like understanding consumer law and just really knowing what to say and studying those credit audit reports like in detail. A lot of people will say the people that would rather fix it on their own, they'll say, oh, why can I just use like Credit Karma? Like Credit Karma is free. It doesn't show you the in-depth details, the history. It shows you on the front end, like boom, hard inquiries, collections, this, that, but it doesn't give you the in-depth details. And that's why you also want to make sure you're investing into a system, even if you have to pay a month-to-month fee for that credit repair software, whatever it is. If it's a just something other than something that's free, like Credit Karma, because that way they'll give you the option to download your credit reports. So once you do that, you can actually see dates and what's on there. That way, those things, and if you understand consumer law, that's what we can see and refer back to, like, oh, no, according to this, there's been this many days. And because you can't prove it, you got to remove it.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. All right, Iman, can you tell the people where they could find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at
Mhm.
Lemon Sprouts CC, Lemon Sprouts CC on Instagram. That is my company, Lemon Sprouts Consulting. Also, my Instagram is Iman, IMAN underscore NATE, Iman Nate. I'm there
Are we
too.
gonna we're gonna leave it below, all her information. You gonna sing for us? No, I'm playing.
What? I
Nah, yeah,
mean,
I'm playing.
I
I'm playing.
haven't
I
created a
just been playing with
I
them.
haven't created a credit repair jingle yet, but best believe I'm gonna start working on commercials too. So,
Okay, you're gonna drop that. Okay,
yep,
okay. We're gonna be waiting on that one. It's on the recorded line, so we're gonna we're gonna keep you accountable on that.
yep,
But
let's go.
yeah,
I'm with
all
you.
right, most definitely. That being said, y'all have a blessed one.